at that. We're live. That's for you, Sean.
Thank you. It's also the fact that the timer goes up and not down. I think that's the other thing that gets me.
Oh, yeah, no, that's just how long we've been live for.
I know. I didn't say I'm justified in my issue. I was just saying I had it.
Yeah, it's fine. You're just very pretty.
Aw.
That's what you're here for. Anyway, hello, everyone. We are here to play some kids on bikes, or dads on mowers, I guess, technically, because these are not children. These are grown-ish adults, mostly. One very responsible grown adult amongst the group, because you got to have one, right? Yes, Lee says you're very pretty. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to let my lovely players go around and introduce themselves. Taylor, since I see you're unmuted, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. I'm Taylor, aka Spanky Taylor, she, her pronouns. Excited to be here. Love the concept, love horror. Yeah.
Heck yeah. And why don't we do popcorn? I keep forgetting to do that. So you pick who goes next.
Let's go, Heather.
Cool, thank you. So are we introducing ourselves or our players or?
Either. I mean, you can start with yourself.
Okay, cool. Well, I am Heather Knoxville, she, they pronouns. And yeah, I am very excited to be here. And I'll pop it over to Sean.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I am Sean. I use he, him pronouns, and you can find me on the internet as Help Action Needed. And I'll popcorn it over to Jake. No, to Jack. Damn it. The names are both right there, and I still got it wrong.
Doing so good.
I tried so hard.
You know what? For any, I think that should be our hydration cue. Anytime somebody gets the Jake and Jack mixed up, we should all hydrate. Hey everybody, I'm Jack Knoxville. I use he and they pronouns, and I will be playing Jake tonight.
Fantastic. Yeah, and before we get into it, first off, I just want to say that the reason we are doing this, other than the fact that I like these people and this game and this concept, is that we are trying to get people registered to vote. Make sure, if you have not already, I think today might be the deadline, possibly. Jack, I don't know if you would know that.
It changes, and so it depends where you're at, which state you're in. Everybody's voter registration date is totally different. Some states are all the way up until day of voting. So, yeah.
Jesus, that is wild. Yeah, but all through this game, and then later, whenever it is posted, it will have the link to get registered. And, you know, it can't hurt. I was pretty sure that I was registered already, but I got my card a couple weeks ago. So, you know, when voting day comes, I'm all good to go. Other than that, I do want to quickly, because I need to get in the habit of doing this, do a land acknowledgement. So I am broadcasting from the traditional and unceded lands of the Neokaska, Kaskaskia, Ochehi Sakowin, and Kikapoa tribes. It is both an honor and a pleasure to be able to work and play in these lovely lands. And you can go to native-land.ca to find out more about the lands that you live on. And it is worldwide. So, Sean, do you want to give us a recap from last time, since you seem to be the most up on what we've done?
Sure.
Just a brief.
Yeah. So last time, 3 of the 4 people here were at Riley's kids' rugby game, and Sky invited everyone in the town to come over for board games because he was sad that he didn't have adult friends and wanted everyone to meet his dog. And 3 of you kindly showed up. We were going to have normal pizza, but then the pizza had shrooms on it, and then we all had a wild time. And then we got a call that Riley's children were trapped in a house. And so we all went to the house. And it turns out that a creepy-ass child was playing Sims with us trapped in a program. And we said, yo, we need to beat this child. And then Riley went, you know what? We can't hurt children, but we can hold this child hostage until they give up. And we did. And then we got sucked out of the arcade machine into the present timeline. And given the Necronomicon that Sky was told he couldn't use to make things better.
Oh, Sky, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. And then I think Riley took it, and I think they might have it, but Rain said they would let us know where it's at.
Yes. Well, not where it's at, but what happened to it. It did go with Riley, and no one quite knows what happened to it. It was at their home. Their kids had friends over, and who knows? Maybe it went with one of the rugby players. Maybe it's at the public library. Who knows? We'll have to find out at some point. But all of you have received invitations to Chanky Cheez, the once beloved pizzeria that has been closed since, I guess at this point it would be only like 10-ish years, but since the early 90s, after the owner was mysteriously murdered. The circumstances around which are not quite clear. No one really knows what happened exactly. And for those of you who have kept up with the news, the employees who worked there over the years have also died mysteriously. So everything's fine. This is totally fine. Nothing bad's going to happen. So I do have a question, though. Jax, how do you know the rest of our group here?
Yeah, I assumed that everyone would like come through and like rent out videotape, and then like she tried her best to like hold conversations with everyone, and probably just like everyone was like regular customers.
Makes sense. I'm sure Jake is there quite a bit because he delivers pizza.
You definitely got an invite to board game night. Whether or not you came, you got the invite.
No, Jax came.
Yeah.
After work. Yeah.
I have a little side hustle that I do sometimes when I deliver pizzas. I also deliver videos because I'm thinking of the future, man.
Speaking of the future, Taylor, did you have a little bit more you wanted to tell us about your character?
Yeah. So Jax like freshly just turned 21 years old, trying to go to school. Does like works at Blockbuster doing the video thing, but also on the side is trying to do the new wave of podcasting. Like, who doesn't want to listen to her rant in a a voice recorder talking about creepypastas and the lore and all that jazz?
Yeah, just so far ahead. Like, I don't know if creepypasta was even a thing yet in 2003.
No, probably not.
Jax is on it. Jax invented all of this.
Yes.
Podcasting, creepypastas, Five Nights at Freddy's, probably. Fantastic. So, speaking of board game night, Sky, I think that's a good place for us to pick up. So, you had last time started up your board game night. It's been maybe 6 months or so since our previous session. How have your board game nights been going?
Well, we got at least one more friend. So in Sky's mind, perfect. Like, I think there are now limitations to like the food others bring. And also Sky had promised Riley that they would babysit their children and like help with the sports and everything. So like I think Sky is having more across the age appropriate snacks that aren't just meat. He still definitely has the 2-bed, 2-bath home for just him and his dog. That has not changed. But yeah, they're going well. We have at least 5 people now. On the nights that Riley can't make it, we might be down to 4. But you know, on the nights they can, we have 5.
That's true.
Which for adults honestly, meeting up is great.
Right? On a regular basis.
Yeah.
And honestly, like a 2-bed, 2-bath for just me and my dog sounds fantastic. That's the dream.
Yeah.
So, you know, really, Sky's got it all at this point. And is maybe less terrible 6 months
Could
later.
Be. His blog is still wildly successful for the early 2000s.
It doesn't take much in those days.
No. Having a computer is really all it takes.
Yeah,
And a
you're
strong
absolutely-
MySpace presence. I mean, you
Oh,
got to
yeah.
have your MySpace game up at
Yeah.
this point. And, having your blog on Friendster, you're good.
The profile picture on the MySpace
Live
is definitely
journal.
like him pulling his shirt up to show the abs. It's like Buff is like sitting in front of it. It gets so many clicks just from that.
I take back all the nice things I just said about Sky.
Oh, I don't know why you thought Sky deserved nice things. Sky earlier was marketed as #the worst. So
Yeah, now he's slightly better. Out of curiosity, what is Sky's song that plays whenever you go to his MySpace?
Oh. Quick, someone, what's a song from the early 2000s that would make sense?
Oh yeah, because you were a small child.
I mean, Outkast just dropped the whole "Hey
Cool. Hey,
right up that time.
I
that one.
seriously was hoping someone was going to say, right said Fred, I'm too sexy.
Oh, my first thought was Boy Genius's Me and My Dog, but that did not come out in 2003. But I was like, I don't remember what did, other than like the Hercules soundtrack, because that's the CD I had as a child.
Okay, but that came out
Like
in
Blink 182.
I know my timeline on that is wrong. It's just the CD I had as a child.
Yeah, definitely some Blink 182. That would be
Mhm.
time appropriate.
Yeah, something from there.
Sky doesn't even know. Amazing. Yeah, I think it's actually during board game night that the invitations arrive. So all of you have these very ornate letters that all, for some reason, come to Sky's house for the four of you. And as fancy as they are stamped with this grinning rat face that is just dripping cheese from the mouth.
Yo, Jake, you order weird pizza invites?
Always.
Okay, but these are new weird, and we'll hand them out.
Yeah, they're cool.
Cool.
What are they for?
I don't know.
I mean, they just look cool. I don't know what they're for either. I just thought that they were cool.
Do you open it, Sky?
Yeah, I'll open mine.
Okay. So yours is addressed to you. It says, Sky, please come to Chanky Cheez for the grand reopening.
Oh, we got a special invite. It must be because my blog is so good they know where I'm at, and they want to invite professional influencers.
Oh my god.
You set this up.
I did. He is again the worst.
I think we're all invited. Should I bring my dog? Do I turn it over? Is there a no pets policy on the back?
Oh, there definitely is.
Okay. Well, sorry, Buff. You
It
can't.
specifically is only on yours, though.
It's like the blog is about Buff. I don't know why he wouldn't be. Whatever. Y'all want to go to an invite only party?
Yeah. It's kind of weird that Chanky Cheez is reopening.
Is it?
Well, I was like, I don't know how much lore that Jax would know.
Yeah, you would have been pretty young, but I feel like being young, you would have at least known of Chanky Cheez.
Mm-hmm.
Probably wanted to go, and then it shut down when you were maybe around the right age.
Would she know any, since she's into spooky lore and stuff?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I think you especially would know all the things that I said earlier, that the owner's death was very mysterious, and then all of the people who worked there when it shut down have died one by one over the years.
Okay. Yeah, Chanky Cheez, I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but there's basically a pile of bodies basically is there. The owner mysteriously died, all the workers one by one. I can't believe you guys never heard about this. And this is why my podcast needs to exist.
Yeah, once your podcast gets going, you're gonna get also all of the invite-only influencer invitations. We're gonna get to go everywhere together. I will shout you out on the blog.
Thank you.
Oh, should we go?
I mean, yeah, I feel like I remember this place as a kid. It was always really cool, but I heard all these rumors. I think it was just some bad pizza, man. I think we're fine. I would go check it out. I think we should go.
I was like, no rumors. This is like real life.
Well,
Yeah,
let's do some ghost hunting.
I'm pretty sure that the people who founded the law firm I used to work at helped litigate the owner out of some trouble. So,
Oh, so
yeah,
we're good.
I think it's legit. But I'm
Nice.
still down to go.
This is gonna be my first time there. It wasn't good enough for my parents to let me eat there as a kid, so I'm excited.
Yeah, there were a lot of just very multisyllabic, non-natural ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not that they had ingredients lists in the early 90s.
But Sky's parents knew.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
how he knows now.
Ooh, maybe
I mean, I think the radiation orange cheese might have given it away.
Never.
No. Listen, I don't live near where they have the giant cheese caves. It's fine. I don't know a lot about cheese. Yeah, so Jax, you would know the owner's name was Clarence Bender.
Clarence
just
Bender.
for future reference.
Nice.
Yeah. So would you all go do anything to prepare? It's not tonight. It's a few nights from now. So you've got a little bit of time to get ready.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely getting my camera so that I can take all the pictures to put them in the blog. And then probably just like all the stuff I normally have on me for like workout gear and stuff in case it's going to be full of calories. You're going to want like a mid-dinner workout. So I'm going to have like all of that stuff in my bag too.
Do you have like a Nordic track that you put in your bag, you fold it away?
What's that?
It might not be the one that I was thinking, or like the Bowflex.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
You can fold it away.
Also, for the audience, Sean does not work out nearly as much as Sky does. So if you reference specific workout things, I will be lost. You reference like vague shit, got you. Specifics, I'm so sorry.
Perfect. Good to know. What about everybody else? What would you be doing to prepare? Or what would you bring with you?
I think Jax will bring their adventuring ghost hunting backpack and stuff with like voice recorders and her notebook, anything to take notes on, like just to show proof. Like this is gonna pave the way of the podcasting. Like she's about to be in this space. Like even though it's a grand opening, but she's like, oh, maybe a ghost or something lingering around. Vengeance.
Yeah, we're suddenly going from 5 nights to Phasmophobia.
Yeah, Clarence Bender, gonna find you.
I think that go ahead, Susan. I've seen you unmute twice. Go for it.
I was just going to say that really all I'm bringing is the usual. I have my over-the-shoulder messenger bag, which has a mishmash of things in there. I actually do have a small first aid kit. I have a very heavy law book because Susan lives by the quote, as long as a lady carries a book with her, she will always have company and a weapon. So if this invite turns out to be nothing and I'm very bored, I have a book to read. If I need to smash someone about the head, I have about a 10-pound law book to do that with. So
law books are great for that.
Yeah, I have a couple of different things in my bag. So I also have a deck of playing cards randomly. By the way, this is all stuff that's actually in my Doctor Who bag. I have a deck of Uno cards, playing cards, a first aid kit, a little other plastic thing that has like a stapler and tape and so yeah, y'all need anything? I got you.
I love it.
So, I mean, I'm bringing the weed, man. I'm bringing the weed. I'm bringing the lighter. I'm bringing the rolling papers. I got y'all. I'm even bringing munchies. I'm going to make sure we've got some sustenance. And, I am also really into the ghost hunting thing. So I've also got a voice recorder and, I got my little camera. I got my 35 millimeter camera. I'm ready for this. But I'm excited. That's the other thing I'm bringing. Nothing but excitement, man.
I love that Jake probably says he's bringing nothing but excitement, but he's got like a big bag with just like weed and a bunch of shit in there.
Oh, yes.
Some Cheetos,
Oh, yes. Got some.
Actually, Cheetos are not near
combos.
his brand.
Oh, I've got combos and Yoo-hoo. I got the good stuff. Like, yeah.
Yeah, combos are where it's at. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sky would be freaking out so much thinking about it.
Yeah, just like none of it is healthy. None of it's going into the system. None of that is made naturally.
Don't worry, I got some beef jerky for you. Good.
Better.
It's still very processed.
Yeah, it's like also still not made naturally, but at least it was at one point natural.
Allegedly. Fantastic. So, Chanky Cheez is not in your small town. It is a few towns over. So it takes a couple hours to drive there. But as you are driving there, it has been snowing off and on. The snow is coming down pretty heavily at this point. Like to the point, I guess I should ask, who would be driving?
Oh, me. Absolutely.
Is Susan the only one who owns a car?
I don't know about that, but I feel like Susan is probably a control freak and would like to probably drive.
Makes sense. Yeah. So
I
Susan,
have a vehicle, but yeah. Sorry, I was gonna say I'm a delivery driver, so I've got a vehicle, but
Yeah.
I'm
Jack's
gonna be
better.
rolling joints in the back seat. I'm good.
I thought Jake had a moped. No,
That was in
okay.
the 80s. I feel like Sky has a car that's not left his garage, and like until it's the point of snow that you can't physically run through it, that's when the car comes out.
Amazing. That's about the point that you're getting to right now. So Susan, you are having to drive pretty slow to even be able to drive safely. So it takes a little bit longer than it would normally. But you do eventually make your way to Chanky Cheez. And when you get there, everything is lit up. It looks like it did back in the day, at least from the outside. Who would go in first?
I think Sky, with his ego and his invite for this, would walk in very much expecting people to welcome him.
Sure. So, Sky, as you open the door, you notice there's no one inside. The music is playing. You can hear the different like arcade games. All of their music is going. It's very sensory overload from everything that's going on. Just all of the like pinball machines and all that kind of shit. And then just the ambient music that restaurants like this would always have. But you don't see any people, and you also didn't see any cars in the parking lot. Now it is snowing, so it's possible that it'd be hard to see them, but you don't remember seeing anybody else.
I think with that, he's going to, as like an instinctual trauma response from last time, put his foot in the door so it can't close, because the last time things were weird and a door closed, he got trapped in a house, and he's like, nah. So he's going to put his foot in the door and then yell out like, yo, no one's here. Like, we're either first, which is not cool, or no one else is here, which is even less cool.
That maybe because of the snow and people might be late, traffic, driving slow.
But like, there's not even like a welcome employee. Like when I opened the door, no one said, "Oh, hi, thank you. Where's your invitation?" Like, it's just a bunch of sound.
But somebody had to have been here to turn on the lights and stuff. So maybe it's like Jack said. Maybe it's just that the snow is keeping everybody back a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it's like the teens had to get their parents to drop them off or something. That could be a point.
We could go smoke a joint and wait for them.
Maybe give it like 5 minutes, because if we're gonna get our picture taken for the invite, we want to all look good, and then we can do what we need.
All right.
Like, this is a promo event. We got to get nice pictures to put on the blog.
I was like, Jax would probably enter next and be like, and it's probably best to like explore around before it gets crowded with a lot of people.
True. So, Jax, what would you be looking for or looking to do?
I think she just wants to get like the lay of the land right now to see like what she will see.
Yeah. So, as you go inside, immediately to the right of the door, there's like a counter where you can see that they have different prizes behind it, where they would take like tickets from games and stuff. Everything looks like it's fully stocked. But as you look a little bit closer, you see that it looks like not everything has been repaired. So you see behind the counter, there's some broken glass. You see that like the display on the front has cracked glass. And it doesn't look like it's recently broken. Like there's a lot of like dust on it. And you can tell that it's been like people have drawn in the dust. So probably people coming through there, like kids coming to vandalize, things like that. But you can tell that they've made some efforts to clean up.
Okay. Yeah. So Jax will take a picture of all the like the broken stuff and say it's kind of weird that there's some stuff that's already like broken for a grand opening.
Yeah. So as you continue from right to left, there's a lot of tables that mostly look like they're in pretty good repair, but you see some of them are falling apart a little bit. Like maybe they tried to put stuff back together and didn't quite finish. You do see on the far wall, like opposite of where you came in, there is a stage with like red velvet curtains that are currently drawn. And then on the left-hand side, you see that there is like a buffet where all the pizza and stuff would be. And it does look like they have laid out plenty of food for you.
I think Jax would get curious and go to the curtains.
Yeah. What's everybody else doing?
Have Susan and Jake entered?
I definitely am inside because I've just been looking around and I see all the dust and the broken glass and I'm like, this all looks like an OSHA violation. Thought this was supposed to be like a grand opening, it's supposed to be grand. But still just kind of curious and intrigued as to what's going on because obviously you can tell that some effort has been made to make it look nice and everything is bright and so obviously bulbs have been replaced and things like that, but pretty skeptical over here.
I think I'm really just kind of walking around, checking it out too. Mostly just playing around with the little bit of equipment that I've got with my little sound recorder and, making sure my camera's loaded because something's definitely up here. And so I'm ready to go explore. Yeah.
Yeah. And I should say, like, just beyond, kind of in like the back left-hand corner, the buffet, there is another room. And Jake, as you're kind of like walking around exploring, you see that is the arcade where most of the games are.
You said that was the arcade and I missed the last word or two.
Oh, like where most of the games are.
Yeah. So I see that some of these games are still playing. I mean, it looks like they're rolling like normal, which is kind of weird, especially if this place has been abandoned for so long. So that seems a little sus to me, but I'm yeah, kind of curious to see what else is going on in this place.
I think if everyone's in, Sky will put a brick in the door, like just to not let it close. He's still like, creepy things indoors. We learned our lesson 6 months ago. And then it's gonna like take out his like pocket notebook and like start like writing reviews, like no welcoming committee, music is too loud, things too much, and like head over to the buffet to start doing his nutrition review and kind of meet up with Jax over there.
Oh yeah, it is bad.
Mhm.
The nutrition value is 0.
Yeah, just literally writes should not. Pretty sure not food. And that's
Yeah.
the review of the, the nutrition
Not for
section.
human consumption.
Mhm.
Yeah, so if you put a brick in the door, all of you can feel a draft because it is very cold outside, and snow blows in through the crack in the door on a regular basis.
It's going to cost them in heating. But also, that's a them problem, unless any of you are cold. Cool. We can leave the brick then. Heat is a them problem. Can we find the thermostat?
I think logically you would know it's likely to be somewhere locked that employees
that's
could only
true.
access.
Yeah, that's true. That's how places like this work. Yeah, Sky very much did say, we're not paying that electric bill.
Yeah, fuck the environment, right? Who needs it?
Yeah. It's 2003.
Not us. We don't live here.
But then I think he's just going to Jax and seeing what they're up to with their investigation and everything.
Yeah. So Jackson's like on stage about to like peek through the curtains.
Yeah. So, Jax, as you do, you see the famous Chanky Cheez animatronics, all looking very lifeless and still. In relatively good repair, but as you kind of study them, it's dark, so it's hard to tell. But it looks like there is some wear and tear.
Yeah, Jax will pull out their voice recorder and be like, I found the famous animatronics of Chanky Cheez. It's like everything looks like it got like fresh repairs, still some wear and tear. About to take pictures for anyone that wants to check out a blog or 2 or whatever. And then she just starts taking pictures of the animatronics.
Yeah. As you are, I mean, because it's dark, you're going to have to use the flash. Plus, 2003, so that's just a thing. Yeah, as you're doing this, you can see there's maybe a little bit more damage to some of them than you could tell initially. Because it is dark, once the flash lights it up, you're like, oh, maybe they're not quite as upkept as I thought.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh. Like Jackson's just like, oh, and start like looking more closely at one of the animatronics to see the wear and tear.
Yeah. Which one?
Let's do the famous one himself, Chanky.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, you said you're looking for what?
Just like looking closely at the wear and tear even more. Just like examining it more.
Yeah. How would you go about that? Like, what would you be doing to get a better look?
Like, yeah, moving, like just like scooching on past anything, and then like getting close to it. Probably like open the mouth first.
Yeah. So you go up, you try to open the mouth, and it seems like you don't know if it's stuck or if it is built that way. Maybe it's like some kind of spring mechanism. Give me a brawn roll.
Cool.
What is your brawn die?
That's a great question. It's a D8.
Okay. I'm going to say this is a 7 that you got to do. It's going to be kind of a tough one.
Oh, crazy.
And I forgot to say, so you all will start with, normally they're adversity tokens in Kids on Bikes. For Dads on Mowers, they are friendship tokens. So you all have 3 friendship tokens.
Ooh.
And I will be a little bit more liberal in giving them out. It won't just be on failures.
Nice. 7.
You got a 7 on the dice?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it takes a little bit, but you are eventually able to kind of yank, and the mouth opens. Would you like put anything inside, or like try to get closer?
Like she has her flashlight and just like shining in there.
So as you're shining your light in there, and maybe even get your head kind of close to the mouth so you can get a better look. It is pretty tall. The mouth snaps shut.
Dang. Like not on her, all right? She's just shining a flashlight.
Yeah,
right?
like
Cool.
you
Got the
were
right
close
87.
enough. It would definitely be a little bit nerve-wracking, I imagine, because like it seems like that was a pretty heavy snap. Like
Okay.
that could have really hurt if you had put your arm or something in there.
Yeah, it's Sky with Jax during all this investigation.
Yeah, I imagine like Sky didn't get up on stage with you, but is definitely, or is it like a raised platform stage? Like how tall is the
Oh,
stage?
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, like is like standing like on the ground watching what you're doing, and like as you're like looking around, like, don't put your hand in that. Don't get like, why would you be trying to do it? Like just being like, this. I'm an idiot. That's not smart. Like, why is this your plan?
I was like, I'm an investigator. I do the investigating thing.
Yeah, but like forcing that mouth open.
How else am I supposed to do it?
What's inside? Why do we need open mouths?
Because of the lore. Like it's very like illegal to have spring lock suits. Now that they still have those, that's kind of crazy.
Is this
is how we get
lore,
sued.
or is this something you found on the internet?
Internet is still lore.
Uh-huh.
This is how we get sued by
Susan.
Freddy. We're talking about spring locks.
when you sued this place, was spring locks part of the lore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because they can be really dangerous.
Oh, okay. Never mind, Jack. Sorry I doubted you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, as Jordan says in the chat, the internet is real.
Yes.
Yeah, believe everything you read on the internet, kids.
Sky's income comes from writing things on the internet and knows very much how much you should not believe everything you write on the internet. He's like, no. I know what's on there. I'm on there.
I'm there.
Amazing. So Jake and Susan, what would the two of you be doing at this point?
Well, I was trying to figure out what's going on with their creepy eyes. Like these animatronics seem like they're like watching us. Just there's something about them. It's kind of freaking me out, but I'm also not sure because I mean, before we got in the car, I might have eaten some pizza. It's really good mushroom on it, man.
Yeah. And Susan, I mean, being possibly the most educated amongst the group, I think you would be at least somewhat familiar. I can't remember the actual name of it, but there is like a thing, especially in art, where eyes tend to feel like they're following you, even though they're not.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know the name of that phenomenon, but it definitely is one. And so it can make a lot of art feel really unnerving because you feel like it's following you. But I'm not entirely sure that's what's happening here, because it really does look like the eyes are following you. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just really believable in this moment because of the lore around Chanky Cheez, but this might actually be the eyes following you. But Susan, for what it's worth, is standing well back from the animatronics because Jax's lore actually did trigger my memories, and I remembered that the spring locks of the jaws and the head movements and stuff were involved in some pretty horrendous lawsuits. So I don't really want to be anywhere near them because one of my flaws or traits is that I'm clumsy. So I'm just gonna stay over here.
Yeah. And I will say, unlike Five Nights lore, in Chanky Cheez, these do have a little bit of a reputation. You know, there were some like nasty limbs being broken in the process, but no one died. There was no like bite incident where one of them, you know, bit a kid, and there were no missing kids or anything like that. So it's a little bit different than the standard Five Nights lore. So while there are some reasons to be concerned from the injuries and things, maybe a little less intense than what we're all kind of used to with real world FNAF. So, as Susan, you've kind of mentioned, you know, they're a little creepy. You're keeping your distance. Jake is a little stoned, maybe a little paranoid, and Jax, you almost got bit, but still, you haven't seen anyone else here.
Should we go to like the employees like office area? Maybe they're over there. Just knock on to see if anyone's here.
That's a good plan. And I'll go to the arcade to be like, maybe they're waiting to like give us game tokens and welcome us. They should have come out already, but like maybe they're in there.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go check on the kitchen.
Let them know that none of this is up to code. Like all of this, health hazards. None of it's good.
Yeah, I'll definitely let them know. And Jax would go on their merry way to find like an employee office or anything like that.
Yeah. So near the ticket counter is a door that does say employees only, but it is not locked. So Jake and Jax, not to confuse anyone because you guys are both going in the same direction. It is both in that direction as far as you can tell. Like the kitchen would be that way, as well as potentially like the employee offices, sort of like the back rooms.
Yeah, so once Jax like open the door and be like, "Do you want to like divide and conquer, Jake, or like do it together, like one room together, then we do the kitchen?"
I mean, I can hang out with you if you want. For sure.
Yeah, like yeah, then let's do it.
Yeah. So as you go through the employees only door, you do immediately enter into the kitchen area. You can see that there's another door on the other side that looks like it would probably be the office door. So in the kitchen, there's nothing that seems out of place. Everything looks fairly like it should. Things here don't look quite as dingy as they do in the main area.
So it looks like they kept up with the kitchen, which I get it. We don't want like mold everywhere. So there's definitely have to be someone here.
Yeah, there has to be somebody somewhere. I mean, it seems so weird that there's nobody around. I mean, what are we missing here? Like, are we sure we're here on the right day? Do we like? I mean, because I mess up time and dates all the time, so I can totally get it if like we just came at the wrong time. But like maybe Sky read the invitation wrong. Maybe we're not supposed to be here today, y'all.
Like because we each of us got an invitation, right? Or was it just Sky? Yeah, so like Jax will open up her invitation that she packed up so she could just read it. It's just to confirm the date. No, this is the correct date.
You know, I don't know. Obviously, something's off here. So, I mean, We've checked the employee lounge area or offices. We've checked the kitchen. We've checked by the animatronics. I mean, the only thing I can think of, maybe we just need to go out back. Like maybe they're all out back.
Smoke break in the
snow?
snow.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a great time to go out back.
I was like, I'll follow your lead on that. And Jack is just taking pictures.
Yeah. So going back to Sky and Susan, I love how we have the 2 J's and the 2 S's. What would the two of you be doing or looking for?
Well, I followed Jax and Jake into
did you?
the employee area. Yeah, because I wanted to go. They were looking for like people and seeing what's up. I want to
Sure.
find the paperwork. Like, is this place really opening back up? Are there like employee schedules posted somewhere? Are there tax documents? Are there even, in your workplace where they have to hang up the like safety posters and shit like that? Like,
Yeah, all the OSHA stuff.
is that stuff hanging up? Like, is this really legit or is there something going on? So
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of do some digging and see if I can find some like paperwork or other evidence of this being a legit venture.
Absolutely. Sky, what about you?
Yeah, I think he's definitely in the arcade, just like seeing like, is it work? Like clearly it's working, but like, is it all plugged in correctly? Is there somebody here manning it? Like, if I try and break one of the machines, does someone come and fix it? Like, doing what he can to get a reaction out of someone, because it's weird as hell that no one's here.
I love that, every ghost show has like that one guy, and it's Sky. Like the one who's going to yell at the ghosts and talk about their mom.
It's like, bro, calm down. You're dead, but that doesn't mean it's my problem. But just like in the arcade, being like, is it working for real? What's going on, sort of thing. Maybe trying to just see like if you can find anything that's off, but I don't know. Oh, we did establish he is techie. Like he knows wires and stuff. So like seeing if like there's any like frayed wires that shouldn't be getting power through that is somehow getting power through. Just like be doing a vibe check on this arcade.
Yeah. So we will get to Sky in just a sec. Susan,
that.
as you, it's fine. Everything's fine. Susan, as you are inspecting the office, you notice that all of the posters and the employee schedules and things like that have 1993. Nothing seems to be up to date. And it seems to be from the time right before it shut down.
Well, if Jax and Jake are within earshot, I might kind of say something to them about like, hey guys, everything I'm finding like points to employees not really being here right now. Like these old schedules on the wall are from 1993. All of their safety update posters, like that's the last time they were updated was 1993, just before this place closed. So I feel like if we're at the point of this is grand opening, there would be employees would have been scheduled. There would be, new recent paperwork. So this is looking kind of weird to me.
I've either got to stop hanging out with you guys or I've got to stop eating shrooms.
Those are some interesting choices. Maybe this is all just a big old prank, like that show, like Punk. I was like, if everything's in 1993, nothing's going on. It just, there's nothing really exciting here right now.
I love that Punk'd was new in 2003.
I looked it up.
Yeah, I was like, when did it start?
Yeah, I was like, can I make this reference? 2003. Yes.
I always love that about like playing in a slightly not older, but like a time period that's relatively recent, but not. And it's like, oh, can I reference this thing?
Yeah, I love it too. I was like, we should just like head out or go somewhere, or like it just feels like it's just a big old prank. We're gonna see it on the TVs, we're gonna see it on the news. That like Chanky Cheez is not coming back. Jackson's like disappointedly like leaving out of the bag.
I think Jake just starts cracking up because he's like, wait a minute. Am I the only one who hasn't bothered to find out like why the hell we're here? Like I never looked at my invitation. I just came with y'all because I mean, yeah, y'all are cool. And Sky asked if I wanted to come along, so I said yes. I didn't even think to open my invitation. So now I'm gonna open my invitation. I want to see what we're doing.
Jack, I'm gonna ask. Did Jake ever work at Chanky Cheez or go to Chanky Cheez when he was younger?
When I was a kid, I went to Chanky Cheez. There was this one time that a friend of mine had a birthday party there, and it seemed really fun. Yeah, that's like I have a vague memory of this place, but the thing that always freaked me out were those animatronics.
That's
like,
fair.
In the real world too. The whole like showbiz Chuck E. Cheese stuff, I was always like, they were so creepy.
Right. Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah.
So Jake, as you open your invitation, you see yours is a little different than the others. It has the same, personal address. But you know how sometimes whenever you like send somebody a card, it'll have the little cutouts where you can put like a picture or something in there? This has that, and it has a Polaroid from when you had come here as a kid.
Yeah, that's a little creepy, to say the least. So I'm gonna just kind of look at Susan and be like, you're like the smartest one here. You and Jax, actually. Sky, no offense, but I need
Sky's
y'all
not
to
in the
look
room
at
with you. He can't hear you.
Okay. I need Jax and Susan to take a look at this card because it's really freaking me out.
What's going on with your invitation? As she looks over, is this
Yeah,
you?
so
Oh,
yeah, Jax, you would see who you can assume to be a young Jake, and then a group of other children around the same age, with 4 of the 5 animatronics behind them.
What about that? Like, did you don't like one of the animatronics? Not to change the subject. That this picture is creepy, but my analyst brain is kicking in right now. Why you only took pictures of 4 of the animatronics?
Well, this is a picture of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, but there's only 4 in the background. There's usually all of them like sticks together, and there's like 5 of them.
Well, there's normally
Oh,
5.
4.
There's 4. Jack, which animatronic do you think would be missing?
That's a really great question.
Oh, sorry.
You all have a name. Oh, Jack.
Hydration.
True. It's true.
Yeah. So there was like this cat. It was like this really cool looking cat that was kind of in one of the background characters, but I don't see it in this picture.
Yeah, that was Chaos Carl. Yeah, Chaos Carl was the cat that would rap.
Yeah,
it was horrible. Like early 90s white person rapping.
Wish there was Eminem.
Well, that would have been more Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, which is even worse.
Chaos Carl was actually Susan's favorite Chanky Cheez character because she secretly loves shit like Vanilla Ice and I recently like broke it down in a store to MC Hammer because I was hanging out with my mom. So yeah, Susan secretly loves stuff like that. Even though she's outwardly a very stoic professional, we can get down to some vanilla ice every once in a while.
Yeah. Susan definitely knows the entire Chaos Carl rap still.
Yeah. But I'm trying to like play devil's advocate here and not get everyone too worked up. So I'm like, look. If this is some sort of prank, it wouldn't have been hard for them to get an old Polaroid from one of the parents of one of the other kids in this photo. Like, I'm sure if there were 10 kids at this birthday party, all of the parents were there taking pictures and stuff like that. So it if they really wanted to mess with us, it wouldn't have been that hard to like. I mean, they'd have had to track some people down or whatever, but it wouldn't have been too hard to get an old Polaroid. So like, don't get too excited. Like maybe someone's just messing with us.
What does yours invite say?
My invite?
Yeah.
I think it looked just like Sky's as far as except for the pet warning on the back. I obviously didn't have one of those.
Oh, yeah, did Susan look at hers?
Yes, of course. I thoroughly examined mine.
Yeah. Did you bring it with you by chance?
Of course, I put it in my briefcase.
Yeah. So if you pull it out and look at it again, you notice you hadn't seen it before, but a trading card falls out, and it is a Chaos Carl card.
Okay. Again, Chaos Carl is my favorite character, so it wouldn't have been hard for someone to find that out. Maybe someone's just messing with us, y'all. Like this has got to be some who would want to prank us? Like Riley's not here. Would Riley go this far to mess with us? I mean, who do we know that would want to do this?
We do know an awful lot of the same people, given our overlap in work and whatnot.
I really wish that I could have gotten that to just like hang out off screen. Just to be like, hey, that's actually the BBEG. That would have been hilarious. But with that, we're going to cut back over to Sky. Because, Sky, we haven't resolved what's going on with you yet.
Yeah. We love that.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah.
You're not separated from the rest of the group.
No.
Nothing bad ever happens. Yeah, so as you are inspecting, give me a brainy roll, please.
Okay.
Or brains.
Mm-hmm.
Brainy is babies and broadswords. It's very similar.
Mm-hmm. And what is what's the DC I have here?
What is your dice for brains?
It's a D6.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to beat a 5. It's gonna be a tough one.
Okay. I got a 6 with a -2, but then because I'm adorable, a +2 because I'm just hot and things go good for hot people. So a +6.
That is how life works.
Yeah. Pretty privilege for Sky.
Love that for him. Yeah, so you are a little confused at first, but then you're like, oh, you know what? I think I've seen some similar stuff, because like you said, some electronics, but you do notice that most of them seem to be plugged in, working just fine. But you get to one, the Chanky Cheez special arcade game, and as you go over to it, you notice it's kind of glitching a little bit, like the screen flickers. And as you inspect it, you notice it's not plugged in.
Mm-hmm. Seeing another haunted arcade game. This guy's gonna go, not this shit again, and go find the other 3 if he can.
Yeah. So as you turn, you see, like I said, the stage had the curtains drawn whenever you all entered. as you leave the arcade, the curtains are pulled back. The stage is now fully in view, and only 4 of the animatronics are standing there.
This guy's gonna yell, "Nope!" loud enough for the other 3 to pick it up. Y'all, nope. Get
Sounds
out
like-
here.
Sounds like Sky found something.
Everyone in view. There's some spooky ass shit. Which one is missing?
It is Bitey the Bulldog.
I was like, and it's the only good one.
It was like the bear, and
No,
like
it's a dog.
oh, the Jackson come out and is like to see the animatronics and count. Oh,
When we went in, well, when you went in there and I went in there, that curtain was closed,
yes,
and now that curtain is open, and there
Yes.
is no dog.
that's correct.
I'm not getting eaten today.
I like how you specify today.
Yeah.
Today.
Also, there's a haunted arcade game, so if someone wants to have fun with that again,
haunted
be my
arcade.
guest. Yep, it's not plugged in and it's working, and we've done that before, and I'm not getting trapped
Oh,
by
yeah.
a child.
Would you,
Done that
would you
before.
have told Jax that story?
Would we?
I'm
I
gonna
don't
say
think
no
we talk
because
about
of
it
Taylor's
frequently.
reaction.
Yeah. We got a child trapped us in an arcade game. Children are bad. That was the message of that one. If you want to go touch it, feel free.
You guys are trapping a video game.
That's not the point.
But
There's a dog.
this proves my point. That freaky stuff probably can happen here. If you guys was involved in freaky stuff, then of course. But
we don't cause it.
I know you cause it, but you're a part of it. It doesn't matter. Anyways, like there's 2 things we gotta focus on: the haunted arcade machine. Well, 3 things: haunted arcade machine, bulldog, no employees.
Yeah. That's also gonna no employees gets moved up on the list of complaints from this opening night review.
Also, creepy picture and very convenient trading card.
Oh, 4 things and mysterious letters. Also, what did Jack say? What does Jack's letters have? Like invite.
It's just the same as Sky's minus the dog part.
Cool. Creepy. And then so
Would you all have shared the picture and the trading card?
I know Jax was said it. So this is what we discovered back there. Like that we got mysterious Polaroid, and then Susan has a playing card of their favorite animatronic. So that's creepy.
Yeah.
That's weird. I don't know. Is there maybe it is a rank. Is there cameras?
Oh.
I mean, it did close in 1993. Probably not. At least nothing that would be like actively recording.
Oh. No, conveniently security room reading. I was kidding. It was like, Sky, what do you want to work on? The arcade machine or the bulldog that's missing?
You know, I'm gonna take a dog over a terrifying machine. So
Understandable. I will take care of the machine.
Cool.
And you will find dog.
I will find dog. Anyone want to join me in finding dog? I'm not looking for dog alone. I'm not touching the arcade machine, but I'm not looking for dog alone either. So either I'm gonna move in a pack. I went off by myself already. I'm not doing that again. So either I'm gonna go with you or we can go together.
I'll go with you. I feel like Jake brought their ghost hunting stuff. They're very much in line with Jack's with the whole kind of paranormal researcher type vibe.
Yeah.
So
Team JJ.
I will
do it.
go with you and help you see if we can find this dog.
And we can find the faulty wiring that would let it walk away or something.
Yeah, logic.
Yeah.
That'll be something logical.
Yeah.
Y'all want to hit
I
this
will
blunt first?
No.
Okay.
Later.
I will say,
I have to have clear mind.
yeah, Sky, because you had put the brick in the door.
Mhm.
One thing you noticed, because none of you were in the like lobby area for a significant amount of time, the door is shut. The brick is gone.
Okay, that's number 5 on the list of things we got to investigate.
What's
Jackson,
5?
That door closed.
The door closed.
Yeah, it's not cold in here no more.
Yeah. Can you open the door?
I'll try opening the door.
Yeah. You push it and it opens maybe like a quarter of an inch,
Mhm.
and you can see the snow has piled up significantly, like to the point where you don't know that you could open the door.
Yeah, that thing that it's so heavy outside, that door's not moving. We've all lived
Mhm.
through that. Yeah. The snow is not making it open. The door is unlocked, but the snow is stuck.
All right, that is number 5 on the list. Yeah. So we're trapped here for now.
Mhm.
We'll look for salt to melt that
Oh,
ice snow.
I thought you wanted to do some like
No,
safety
no.
circle or something.
That too. Like there's a lot there's a lot going on, Sky. I was like, we'll focus on dog and machine. That will hopefully take care of the rest of the mystery, and then we leave.
Well, luckily, if we get snowed in, we've got food and we've got weed. We're good.
Food.
Yeah, food from probably maybe 1993.
Cool.
So, because you all did kind of look around, the food looks legit.
Okay.
Cool.
Mhm.
If we like pick up a slice of pizza, does it turn to mold and dissolve in our hand? Okay, so are we playing some Resi 7 logic here? Like, how bad is the food?
There's like no rat poison.
Well, I thought when we walked in, there was like a whole spread of like food and
Mhm.
stuff because there was supposed to be an event.
Yeah,
So
that was just me checking to make sure that the food's not like a hallucination of some kind.
Yeah, I mean, Sky, you go over to it, you pick it up, and I think you feel revulsion because
Mhm.
it's so like oily and clearly processed.
Mhm.
But otherwise, to everyone else, it looks fine. It looks probably pretty delicious, actually.
Seems real. I mean, it's not at all real. Like, this is fake, this is fake, this is chemical. This I'm not even sure is crust. I'm pretty sure this is just like crushed up something compressed, but it is edible. People could eat it and put it in their body.
Yeah, it's Doritos on the crust.
Of course it is.
Disgusting. Yeah. And that's gonna focus back on the haunted arcade machine and see what's going on there.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I've got my recorder too. So yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm sure Jake is all about the Dorito crust pizza.
I mean, I'll totally take whatever Sky doesn't want.
Oh, Sky's not touching it.
All of it.
Sky will like the piece that he has with the oil dripping off will just hand it to you. You're like, here you go. Have a snack.
Well, Susan is so high strung that she's actually a secret smoker. So I've been taking Jake up on the little hits of the joint or whatever. So I will grab a slice of pizza. Thank you very much.
And do a
Amazing.
pizza too.
Yeah, it is delicious. At least as delicious as, franchise pizza can be. Usually it's not that great, but you are a little high, so it tastes pretty damn good. Something about that like processed food when you're high just hits different. I don't know. It shouldn't, but it does. But the Team JJ, as you go into the arcade, all of the machines are off.
Jax, weren't these on before? At least some of them.
Hey, that's what Sky said. I haven't
You
came
could
over
definitely
here.
hear them. You could definitely hear them when you came in too.
Okay. Yeah. That's weird. And
I wonder
Jack,
if. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Jackson start like go to the first machine she sees and just like press a button to see if something happens.
Yeah. You press a button and it doesn't seem to move. Like you're trying to push it and it doesn't seem to move. Like you don't know if it's stuck or if it was like not designed to work that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little unclear.
Okay.
I wonder if Sky like turned off the machines when he came out of the room for some reason. I don't know. I'm just spitballing things because I don't want to get freaked out again. Like, I'm finally starting to come down. I want to relax and not get too high strung. So, yeah.
Yeah, it does sound like a Sky thing. I don't know how Sky would have turned it off, but Jax would just keep on walking around the arcade, see anything out of the ordinary, or
Yeah. You do notice that it looks like the Chanky Cheez one is plugged in now. And I think Sky had mentioned that it wasn't, because like he talked about it being haunted, that it wasn't plugged in. It is now plugged in.
Okay, the machine that Sky was talking about is plugged in. I don't know, Sky just probably maybe looked at it too fast. And Jax would like hit a button on that game.
Yeah. You do, and it's more responsive, but also you know that you would have to put money in for it to actually do anything. Like, it's not currently on as far as you can tell, but you think maybe you have to put some money into it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Jax did her research and brought coins, like, just in case, this has to happen. So as Jax would dig in their backpack and pull out some coins to put in there.
Perfect. Yeah, I would say. What do you think would be the stat that you would want to use here if it were to do something bad? Like if you were going to maybe get shocked in some way. Hypothetically,
Hypothetically, yeah. I would think Brawl or Grit. Brawn and Grit, I think probably would be those two.
Grit makes a lot of sense to me. So this is going to be a snap roll, so no one can assist. You can use your adversity tokens, but nobody else can assist you. What is your die for Grit?
D10.
D10? Okay. So this is going to be an 8.
Okay. Where am I? There it is. There you are. That was a good old 3.
Oh no. Yeah, and you do not have enough friendship tokens to make that a success. So you go to put a quarter in and are shocked to the point that it throws you like 5 feet backwards. But the machine does turn on.
That hurt. Oh, it shocked me.
Are you okay?
No.
What? Are you like? Just why don't you just sit here and just relax for a minute? Take a deep breath. What in the hell was that?
A shock.
Did you see anything?
No, I just put the queen in it and just shocked me.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at the screen. I'm not gonna touch that thing though because I don't want to get shocked too. But I'm gonna go check it out and see if it's showing anything.
Yeah. So when the machine turned on, it has like a lot of arcade games, kind of that like intro little video that it plays until somebody starts messing with it. But this seems bizarre. It seems like not the kind of little intro clip that a kid's game would have. And you see, it looks like it's the interior of Chanky Cheez. You see an adult, like an older looking man, you can tell has some like graying hair, working in the kitchen. And you see what looks to be like teenagers come and grab him, put him inside of one of the suits. And then the machine goes black.
Whoa, Jax, you are not going to believe what I just saw.
I probably would believe it.
There was this whole scene. It looked really real. Like, it kind of looked like this place. and these kids came and they put one of the employees inside of a suit of one of the animatronics, and then the screen just went black. Like
Did you see which suit it was?
it was I I think it might have been Chaos Carl.
Heather's face.
Don't you slander Chaos Carl like that.
You're not even in this room.
Better than Mighty Bulldog, who's walking around right now.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like it's real because this. Think about it. This game is Chanky Cheez. The actual game, maybe, is a message. I don't know.
I think we need to go and get Sky and Susan and let them know what's going on.
Yeah, most definitely. Since again, one of the animatronics is just running around here. Like, do you even know how to stop one?
No, I'm not sure, but are you okay? Like, are you good to leave this area and go back?
Yeah, I'd
since
rather
you've
just
been
leave there
shocked?
and not get shocked again.
Okay.
And Jax, as you say that, you see that now the screen starts to flicker and then starts to spark and smoke. And you see cheese start to drip from the top of the screen.
That doesn't look good.
No.
Yeah. She'll keep on walking away.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heather in the chat sounds dangerously delicious. Like, yeah, it kind of does. So, Sky and Susan, what were the two of you doing? Oh, you were looking for Mighty Bulldog, right? Where would you go to search?
Is there so you know how like all stages of like the wings that you can walk up on from behind? Is
Mhm.
there like a back door entrance to that anywhere, or is it like a readily accessible back?
Yeah, that seems to be where you would have to go to get to like the back door through the wings.
Then I think Sky's gonna be like, "Yo, should we check the wings, or do you think there's like a trap door it fell through? Where do you think we should look first?"
I think we should check the wings first.
Yeah, I would head to the on wing door.
Yeah. So as you go to check the wings, the curtain starts to pull back and close.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Not dealing with it today. Do we see like an automated like button or sensor or anything anywhere?
You had a flashlight, right? Or no, that was Jax.
I don't think Sky would have brought a flashlight because it's not fitness or promo.
Mm-hmm.
But
What about
Susan
Susan?
did have an everyday perfection bag, so maybe Susan has a
True.
flashlight.
Yeah, well, I don't have a flashlight per se, but I do have one of those keychains that you like push the little button and it has a little bit of light, so we're not back there in like total darkness.
Yeah. So, Susan, as you are kind of shining this little bit of light, like you really can't see very well, but you kind of wave it and you see briefly the silhouette of Mighty Bulldog. And then just kind of like panic and let go of the button because you have to hold it down. And both of you can then see the glowing eyes of the bulldog.
Hey, I like dogs. How's your day going?
It starts to slowly, mechanically walk towards you.
You're okay, cool. I'm not even high and I'm seeing it, and if you're seeing it, perfect. Yeah, gonna try and like back down the stairs.
Like into the wing area? Or like back out into
So
the main lot?
did we go up the stairs onto the stage, or are we not yet up on the wings?
I was thinking like the wings like behind the curtain.
Okay.
So
then
like you would have gone up on the stage to kind of get to that like backstage area.
yeah, then I think it would like want to go like back down the stairs and out into like the viewing area and not be on the stage.
Yeah. So you do so, and you can still hear it moving. Like it's not moving very fast, but it seems to still be moving.
Well, if it is powered, that extension cord has a very small limit, and then we'll know if we need to panic or not. Because if it gets the extension cord, we're fine. If it doesn't, we're not going to answer that part of the question yet because it's going to hit the extension cord.
And as the two of you go back out into the viewing area, you see Jax and Jake looking. Jax maybe even like smoking a little bit, and Jake probably looking a little rattled. So realistically, Jax and Jake, you probably see a similar sight from Sky and Susan. Like everybody's looking a little worse for wear.
The dog is alive.
I have the arcade machine in like her hands. It's just like muscle spasming kind of energy.
So Oliver,
Jax almost died, y'all. Like she got shocked, and then we saw this creepy stuff on the screen. I think somebody forced employees to become animatronics or to get into their suits here.
And then the machine just started spilling out cheese.
that's a different problem.
Actually, Jax, give me a brains roll because you do know a little bit of the lore.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see what dice is that for you?
12.
12? Okay. I'm going to say this is an 8. I'm curious to see if, like, in the moment you can remember what you know.
9.
Okay. Yeah, you take a minute. Like, you had just gotten shocked. You had just had this traumatic experience. So initially seeing this on the screen or hearing about it from Jake didn't quite click. But then hearing the description, and you might have even kind of seen maybe from like a less than ideal angle the screen as this video was playing, and you're pretty sure, you know, it's 16 bits, so like it's not a perfect likeness, but you are pretty sure that was Clarence Bender being put in the suit.
I think like Jackson just have like a revelation moment in her mind with it. Like, guys, that was the owner, Clarence Bender. Maybe that's how he died, being in a suit.
That checks off one problem, but one item 6 now. Cheese machines. That's not how that works. That's a low priority, but we should figure out that. Higher priority, unless that thing is powered by an extension cord, which it probably is, there's a good chance that Bulldog is going to jump off stage. Maybe. And also, we haven't really figured out problem number 1 yet. So.
Yeah.
We need someone to have an itemized list today, because otherwise we might panic.
Most definitely.
Yep.
That's great. Get you thinking. Great thinking. We need to know how to even stop an animatronic.
Probably punch him.
And Sky, you realize suddenly. Sorry, go ahead, Jack.
Well, I was gonna say I like to watch a lot of movies and TV and stuff, and I've seen some things about like robots and stuff like that. I mean, we could probably just like wet them, right? Like, couldn't we just throw some water on them and wet them, and maybe that would work?
Or like make them touch the machine that hurt Jax and like spark them or something and overwrite their system.
Yeah. Sure.
We can also just punch them. We'll break it eventually.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, Sky, you do realize whenever you had come out into the main area, you could still hear that mechanical whirring sound You don't hear that or the footsteps anymore.
So that's concerning. Susan,
And
you
as-
also
As you say that, the lights suddenly go out. You are plunged
Mhm.
into darkness. You can see that there's a little bit of like emergency floodlighting, and then the lights kind of flicker and come back on, but dimmer.
Okay, this is new item number 1. We all agree we can move the others down a peg. This is now item 1.
Yeah, this is what I want. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Beautiful.
But I'm like trying to calm myself down along with everyone else. And I'm like, listen, according to the old lawsuit briefs, technically no one died here. So I think we're okay for right now. Like that's how I'm reassuring myself that like the lore is kind of creepy and everything like that, but like technically no one died here, right?
Well, technically,
also-
you didn't see the video that I saw on that machine,
Oh,
which said something a little bit different to me. Because what I saw, that just didn't make it into your brief.
Yeah.
And
I was
now all
gonna
the
say
employees
also
are
because
missing,
it was.
right?
What's that?
And also now a string of missing employees.
Not missing, dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And nobody really knows. Like I said, the death of Clarence was mysterious. There's no answers as to like who or what may have killed him.
Well, but I saw these kids putting him into a suit. So, who are these
Yeah.
kids?
And Jake, because you have been here whenever it was open, you kind of start to piece together. Those kids look like they were wearing the Chanky Cheez uniform.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the old uniforms, though. Like, it just didn't seem like the latest ones that they would have had just before they shut down, but they were like the ones that would have been around when I was a kid.
Huh.
So we're just confirming once again, children are bad, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Technically, these are teens if they're
Yeah.
working,
True.
but still,
We're confirming the youth are bad.
yes.
I think Sky's gonna try and see if he can figure out where like a power box would be, like where a breaker switch would be, just to like maybe we're gonna get these lights back on.
Yeah.
He has no faith in it, but he's gonna try.
Yeah, I think the most logical place that you would think to look would either be the kitchen, because that's a common place for things like that, or the office.
Both of them are not the stage, so he's happy to go check that out. I'm gonna go look for a power box. Anyone want to join in? Do we all 4 want to kind of move together?
Yeah. Let's just all stick together.
I do have a lighter with me, so we at least have somewhat of a power source to see things, like to see, in the fuse box and all that.
Jack
Can't
just
remember
pulls
if
out-
anybody.
When we saw the glowing eyes, did it glow as like a reflection from the light, or were they like autonomously glowing?
It looked like it was lit from within.
Okay. Yeah, and also the eyes can be seen without light, so that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, it is dim. It's not total darkness anymore, but it is a lot darker than it was when everything was on and all the lights were going and all the arcade stuff was on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess head to the. I think I would check the kitchen. I think Sky would be like, that's where like if an oven's caught on fire real quick, or like a grease fire starts, need to get it off. It would be much more keep it in a kitchen than keep it in an office. We'd have to like do a chain of commands. So I think that's where he's gonna go.
Yeah, and realistically, because the kitchen and then the office is like attached to that, I mean that would be the first place to check anyway before you got to the office.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you open the employee door, you see 2 of the animatronics standing in the kitchen.
Gotta close that door.
You see, it was Ape X Scape because Ape Escape is its own thing, and I'm not going to get sued by them. And Growly Grizzly were the ones that were in the kitchen.
Update: the bear and the gorilla are inside.
I told y'all I need to stop hanging out with you.
Well, maybe it is us. So, anyone got water, or should we just try punching?
Well, we could.
I mean, this being okay.
I was like, Jason said, we could just like rush in there, grab like the sink, like sprayers, and just start spraying them with water. Do that, and some of us can like ambush them.
It is 4 against 2. If we go uncoordinated, we could definitely like knock one over and pin down the other.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to say you would probably be able to assume, because this is a larger restaurant, that it's going to have sprinklers.
We could also
I've got
set the
my
place on
lighter.
fire.
I mean, we could just like light the lighter underneath the sprinkler thing, and
Nope,
Burn
I'm
some-
with guys. Starting a fire sounds like a great idea.
The only downside is we can't get out.
Oh,
So we need to figure that out. And also, if we do like smoke this place, we are still in here. And even if we don't and it's on fire, we're going to be wet and cold. So we need to commit. Do we want to burn the place down and maybe not get out? Do we want to be cold? Or do we want to try a different plan that might not kill us? I'm happy to burn the place down. I'm just, like I said, someone needs to reason. And if Susan's abandoned it, I'm scared.
Yeah, that is kind of scary.
Yeah. Susan, you okay? You having a time?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm all right.
Okay.
Do you want to go smoke? Do you want to go take this in the bathroom and go smoke? Go by
love that
yourself?
that's a big solution to everything. Like hard time, let's go smoke. Don't know what to do next, let's go smoke. But I mean, I'm always down,
Hey, you know why 420 is associated with weed, man? Because there's 420 different reasons why you should smoke.
Oh my God.
I love
I mean,
Jake.
I mean, secretly inside, I'm extremely anxious and very concerned for our safety. Like Sky said, we are kind of trapped in this building. So even if I can convince myself that, like, there's nothing paranormal or supernatural going on, which it's getting harder and harder to convince myself of that, but I'm trying to be the cool, calm, level-headed, and like, there has to be an explanation for this. There has to be, but like secretly inside, I'm extremely unsteady and anxious right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's that secret. I think everybody
This
kind
is
of knows.
completely out of
you're-
my element. Like you can't really read about animatronics moving by themselves in the law library. So
That's fair.
I'm entirely unprepared for this.
That's why I'm very prepared for this.
So we go in, kick 2 of them, and spray water?
Yeah.
Okay. That's chill. Who wants to be on team do a kicking?
Yeah. Let's do it.
We got it, Jake. Let's go punch
Yeah,
in
I'll
the
let you
face.
be team
Let's go.
commander.
Okay, cool. This is gonna go great. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So Sky and Jake, I'm gonna need brawl rolls.
Mhm.
What are the dice for both of you?
Is that fight?
Or yeah, sorry.
Mine's a D10.
Mine's a D4.
Oh no.
Jake, no.
Jake, I really hope you get a 4 because then your dice would explode. It is going to be an 8 that you have to get.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll, because if you get a 4, it explodes and you get to roll again.
Mine was a 3.
Mine was
Oh.
a 7, but because I'm hot, it's a 9.
Oh, and I'm adorable, so don't I get 2?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
So with that, you could then use all 3 of your friendship tokens to make it an 8 and succeed.
Okay.
Just saying, you probably want to succeed on this.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you go first and describe how you like drop kick this animatronic?
Did you ever see the movie Karate Kid? The crane kick? My signature move. Been practicing that one since I was a kid. All right.
Amazing.
I don't feel like Jake has been waiting for the opportunity to use this kick.
Yeah. And
Oh,
Sky, what
I've
about
been
you?
ready.
Yeah, are you going for the grizzly or the gorilla?
Oh, I'm going for the gorilla.
Okay. Then I think Sky's gonna pull a dumbbell out of his exercise bag and like as it like opens its mouth to scream or whatever, gonna try and shove it in and then like punch it, like put in punch face sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
You do, and both of you are successful. They're unsteady. Jake, you are able to knock yours down. Sky, as you put this dumbbell in, you can see immediately it is like crushing it, which is pretty tough. Like dumbbells are pretty sturdy. But then you are able to like punch it in the head, and it doesn't quite fall over, but you like spin its head around, just fully like exorcist style spin around.
Okay, that was kind of fun.
Almost like a Rock'em Sock'em Robot if it was spinning instead.
Well,
That was awesome.
Jax, I think they're a little distracted. If you want to get that hose.
Yeah. Jax will like run to the scene and like pull out the whole sprinkler thing as far as she can and start like spraying.
Yeah. I think that you're able to get Ape Escape pretty easily because it's down. Like it can't really move easily. It's trying to get back up. But they're almost like turtles, where once they're on their back, it's really hard for them to actually get back up. So yeah, you are able to spray it, and it starts to like spark and smoke, and then it stops moving, just goes limp.
Okay.
Nice job.
I guess I got one.
Yeah, the other one, Sky, starts to come after you. It like fixes its head back, crushes the dumbbell the rest of the way, and then opens its mouth and starts to just lumber towards you.
Jax, you got more water? Susan, you got a literary book you could throw at it?
I was like, I can keep on spraying, and like Jax is like, I hold it down on that hose.
Yeah, because it would take a little while. Like they're not super powerful, the like kitchen sink sprayers, so it would take a little bit to actually get the gorilla to the point where it would be like saturated enough to really start smoking and everything. So yeah, Sky, you do have the grizzly bearing down on you.
I think it's just gonna try and like duck and get behind it to punch it again, hoping he moves faster than this animatronic.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another fight roll.
Okay.
Same.
Nope. That is a 3 + 2 is only 5. And what was it? 8?
Yeah, but you do still also have your friendship token.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend those to punch this bear in the back of the head. Real hard.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you like use your superior athleticism to dodge around and just punch it in the back of the head. And this time it does fall forward. Something about like from behind punching it that way. It clearly was not designed to be pushed in that direction. So yeah, it falls forward and it starts just kind of like doing the awkward flailing. And yeah, Jax, you are able to then shift to spray the bear. And after a little bit, it also starts to spark and smoke and goes limp. But you still have 3 more.
We should definitely like beat up these bodies, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always
like
double tap.
Resident Evil style, like stomp the head, get some things, just crush it. Yeah?
Yes.
Cool. This guy's gonna start Resi stomping the bodies. which came out in 97. So that is a mechanic that we could all know to engage in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will say that, Jax, as the bear starts to die or seemingly die, you do feel the hose starts to kind of like buck a little bit, and you're pretty sure that the line is frozen. So there is no more water able to come out.
This is not good. There's no more water, you guys.
Cool. Just meanwhile, stomping the heads of these animatronics.
Yeah. Jax will join to stomp on heads.
So how far are we from an exterior door? Because there's a ton of snow outside.
Yeah, the front door, was pretty well covered. There is a back door behind the stage, but that's a little ways away. You also don't know where the other 3 animatronics are. But you were coming in here to look for the breaker box. You are able to find that. It does seem like some of the switches were flipped. You are able to do that and get the lights back on.
Nice.
But
is there a way to
it
turn on
also,
like the lights without turning on the arcade?
I was gonna say it also turns back on the ambient music and everything.
Damn
So
it.
yeah, it is now. It went from like deadly silent to very loud.
I think Sky will look to the others. Do we want to see them coming or hear them coming? What's the better choice, friends?
See.
Okay. Then we'll leave the switches on.
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be too big of a disadvantage if we hear wrong that we could accidentally smack one of us.
That's true. You got that mind, Jax. Good job.
Fantastic. So what is the plan now?
If we sit here, they'll come for us and we can figure something out. But we are out of water.
Yeah. I think we need to figure out, well, obviously we have 3 more that are out there somewhere. So I kind of think we should still stay together, but sitting in this kitchen is not going to help us get out of here. So we should get out of here. And I don't know, Susan, what do you think? Do you have any ideas?
Well, it seems like we're kind of trapped in this building. So I don't necessarily want to sit around and wait to be tracked down by these animatronics. So as terrified as I am in this moment, I think that the best thing to do would be to be proactive. I'm really liking the idea that Jake had about the lighter and the fire, less where Sky and I were going of let's just burn this whole place down. And more of now I'm wondering if we could start controlled fires very close to the sprinkler system. But then again, that's relying on the assumption that the other animatronics are hiding in places that the sprinklers would necessarily reach. I'm sure that buildings are designed so that the sprinklers wet as much as possible, but maybe they're in a nook or a corner or something where they're safe. So
we could set a trap for them in the middle of the lobby and draw them out and then start the fires in the lobby so that we know they're under the sprinklers.
Or hear me out. So 3 of us or 3 of you could go somewhere, hide under a table or do something, because I know that we kind of discussed the possibility of it would be cold and wet and all that stuff. So you all could do something to keep yourselves dry, and I can just light this lighter underneath the sprinkler until the sprinkler turns on, and maybe it'll soak all of them.
Sprinkler systems aren't that sensitive.
You
I
don't
can't
know.
trigger them with a
Right, we need
lighter.
to make
You
sure.
have to start a controlled fire.
So does anybody, I mean, I'm sure there's like some spray oil, like Pam oil, or somebody's
There's
got a,
definitely cookie oil in
I
the
mean,
kitchen.
this is, yeah, and it's like early 2000s. There is body spray up in here somewhere.
And the
Somebody
office is
has-
next door. We can grab all the legal paperwork that's outdated, like spray that. But I
Yeah.
still think Susan's point about needing to make sure they're under the sprinklers is extremely valid.
Yeah.
I do think we
Yeah.
need to do that first.
So I do think we need to like find them and lure them, or set some sort of bait, or one of us, not it, could be the bait. You know.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
They can all come towards me, and I will light something to heat it up, turn on those sprinklers, and let's go.
So as you all are discussing your plan, the lights suddenly start to flicker again.
I swear to God.
And this time, when they come back, Chaos Carl is in the room with you.
I've always hated cats.
But
Part of me
You
is
see-
very scared, and the other part of me is very excited to potentially meet my idol. So
right, yeah, and Susan, you see Carl does not seem to be threatening per se, just kind of lurking there. It's still kind of creepy because it's this animatronic just standing, and you didn't hear it coming. Admittedly, it is a lot louder now than it was a few minutes ago, but you still didn't hear anything, and you didn't see like light from a door opening, anything like that. You're not really sure how it got there, but you see that the mouth just kind of drops open, and you see it starts to like split the mouth. The chest starts to open as well, and you see inside is a skeleton wearing the like Chanky Cheez vest that the employees would wear, and you see that the name tag clearly is the owner, Clarence Bender.
Anyone want to grab the skeleton?
Not it.
Not it.
Not it.
Cool, Susan, he's your favorite.
Yep. That's your idol.
Go meet your idol, give him a big hug, grab a skeleton.
I think first you're going to need to explain to me why I'm grabbing the skeleton, because logically that just does not make sense to me.
His jacket might have the keys to the back door.
Shit.
Or
that's-
like a code or something. There might be a safe that has like guns. We don't know.
there's a gun
What's it?
safe in Chanky Cheez.
What's in his wallet?
Protection. Yeah, also maybe he's got a lot of money, but I think he probably has the keys if nothing else.
Susan's brain is like breaking right now at the I mean my brain is like logic and law and order and things like that. So it doesn't make sense to me that Carl just snuck into this room somehow and now there's a skeleton in here. So I don't even think I'm really processing. So I just do it. I just go to try to reach in the pocket really quick and see if I can fish around for keys or a code for the gun safe or whatever.
Yeah, you reach in, and there is a wallet. There are keys as well, and as you pull it out, the wallet has not Polaroids, but like you know how people back in the day would have those wallets that had the like fold out thing that would have pictures. You can see pictures of Clarence with the employees. None of the employees look very happy, but he's very happy, smiling. You can also see that there is a note in there. If you pull out this note and read it, which I assume you probably would, Susan.
Yes, sorry.
No, you're good. So you pull out the note. It is a note from the employees, basically saying like, we can't stand working here.
Right.
They're very upset because he was very angry and would just torment all of them, would make their lives as miserable as possible. And it was dated shortly before Chanky Cheez shut down.
Well, I mean, it's not surprising that the employees would be upset. I mean, we all know capitalism. Boss makes $1, we make a dime. So maybe there was a little bit of that going on, but it seems really weird that the employees would be like unsatisfied with pay or working conditions or whatever, and like then the guy ends up dead.
Yeah.
I mean, report him to the Better Business Bureau or something. But yeah, this is a little weird, and it's weird that he kept it too. You know,
Maybe he was gonna have a team meeting to like talk about it, and then the team meeting went wrong, and then they said, "Yo, we're putting you in a machine."
Wish I knew the date of that video that I saw on the machine.
I mean, I think you can probably assume that it was because, like I said, you're pretty sure like Jax was able to confirm the person being put into the suit was most likely the owner. And now you
Well,
have
I'm
this
just wondering if,
and has Clarence Bender on the name tag.
yeah, I'm just wondering how long he had that note, you know, before they put him in that suit and all that other
Yeah.
stuff. If that's why,
Oh, yeah.
you know, he still had it rather than him just holding on to it for like weird
Yeah,
reasons.
that's
or
fair.
something.
It was only a few days before his death and before the Chanky Cheez was shut down that the note was dated. So yeah, you know it was pretty close.
Well, I guess we know who killed him, but I mean, we don't know specifically, but obviously we know it was disgruntled employees based off of these letters rather than just some random teenagers or whatever like we originally thought.
Do we think they did it because they were mad, or do we think there's like a blood sacrifice involved? Because like I've been mad at bosses before, probably wouldn't put them in a machine, but like maybe the cat was like, "Yo, give me the blood of the innocent, and I'll give you $100 or something."
yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because I've been really mad at bosses before too, and maybe I've thought like, man, I wish this guy would get hit by a bus on the way home, but I don't actually want to like go to prison for doing the deed myself. You know, I'd rather go get another job and live my life and be happy. So there something must have been really egregious or really strange for them to have decided that murder was the way to solve their grievances.
Do you think that they like just knew like the upcoming Taylor Swift song "No Body, No Crime" by glimpsing into the future, and thought if we just hide it together, then nobody can sue us because there's 4 of us and you can't sue 4 people for killing a guy?
No.
Okay. Sometimes you gotta try and think of wild claims, and sometimes they don't work.
But so I wonder, like, Jake is all excited because, you know, just before we got into this part of the scene, he'd smoked, and now it's like now the chemicals are flowing, so he's getting pumped. He's got all of his ideas going. And I just got this thought about Jax. So Jax, remember earlier you had your recorder going. Did you pick anything up? Have you listened to your recordings?
I can play back, and Jax is gonna try to casually play back.
Yeah.
Any of the recordings.
So that is a fantastic point. Thank you. So you do, and you can hear, obviously there's a lot of background noise because of all the music and things, but you can hear an argument. You wouldn't know because you were very young whenever all this happened. But you can assume kind of from the bits and pieces you can make out that it's an argument between employees and a manager. And the manager is being an absolute asshole, just unreasonable, not listening to any of their demands. And then all of you can hear sort of a strange, like, warping of the recording, and someone speaking words that definitely do not sound like English.
That's supposed to happen.
No, maybe no.
That's like some Indiana Jones shit, yo.
Yeah. That's not normal. Not at all.
What if we play it backwards? Do you think it'll tell us like the other half of the conversation?
I could try it, and then she hit in the reverse.
You do, and I feel like the words are a little bit easier to make out now. In reverse, it's still not English, but I would say, Jake, give me a brain roll, because I want to see if Jake would be sober enough to remember this.
I've got a D10.
A D10? Okay, I'm gonna say it's a 6. You got to beat.
Okay, I got a 9.
Okay, yeah, you definitely remember. You've heard these words before in a movie that you've probably seen at least a few times. You hear the words Klaatu, Verada, Nikto. And you would know that that is from Army of Darkness, which is when they were reading from the Necronomicon.
Yeah, see, I told y'all I need to stop hanging out with you.
I did nothing wrong. All I have is got hurt.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I feel like if anything, this is on. Well, this would have been 10 years ago. But if anything, it's on Riley for letting their children lose the book. That appears BBEG.
Gigantic health bar.
So, what do we do?
You think you could say that at the animatronics? You think you could remember that, Jake? Do you think yelling it at them would fix the problem or make a bigger problem?
I mean, I think I could hit the play button and let you do it.
Yeah, I was just gonna we could just go up to them and I'll just hit the recording.
I mean, that too. I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
let's try that.
And you did have one of the animatronics in the room with you, and you notice the eyes are no longer glowing.
Well, Susan, since you are familiar with Latin, I mean, how are you feeling about this plan?
Well, I don't actually know if that's Latin, but I have seen Army of Darkness, and I know that phrase is used to close the portal, and I'm very concerned that if we close the portal before we figure out where the other 3 or where the other 2 now, I don't know, where the other animatronics are, that I don't know, they might be stuck on this side, or I don't know if we should dispatch them first before we utter these words.
Also, do we think it's Halloween Town 2, which came out in 2001 rules where you have to say the spell backwards and that's why the reversed recording works? Or do we think just knowing the spell will work in any capacity?
I think if one doesn't work, we can try the other.
Okay. Not all of us actually Googling when references happen.
Right. Also, fun fact, that phrase originally came from the 1951 science fiction film, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. The more you know. So as you all go back out into the main viewing area, you do see the 2 remaining animatronics, which would be Chanky Cheez. Or no, not sorry. Yeah, Chanky Cheez and Bitey Bulldog would be the 2 remaining.
You want to just start a fire? They're right there.
Yes.
Let's start this fire.
Yeah,
I think
let's do it.
Since Sky went out, he'll stand and try and talk at them. Well, to buy the others time, because we did say we need someone to be here, but Jake is the only one with the lighter. So I think Sky's like, so we got rid of the cat, so Mouse, you should be happy. And Dog, we're still friends. Because dogs are cool. So you should both just stand right there and hang out for a bit.
They kind of, the dog especially, like tilts its head,
Mhm.
and the mouse just looks at the dog.
Yeah, see, Dog, you understand. We got a bond because dogs are cool. So you and I, we're going to be great friends. And Mouse, you're chill. I got no issue with you. If you want to be friends too, we can be friends. You're probably really into protein because cheese has a lot of protein in it. We can have that talk about how to maximize your gains, but we should do it out here in the lobby.
And Sky, while you're talking,
Mhm.
the mouse turns its head back to you,
Mhm.
and Chanky Cheese's mouth opens. You can
Mhm.
see that there's another skeleton inside there,
Mhm.
and it starts to just pour out molten cheese.
So that's concerning because that cheese doesn't have protein. That cheese is all artificial chemicals, and skeletons don't have cheese on them either. So that's a problem, and we should talk about that. Dog, do you also have things you need to get off your chest here? Are you gonna spew out cheese, skeleton?
Also does the same, yeah.
Cool. Again, that's a problem. What are the others doing before Rain makes me roll to not be eaten?
It's a great question. What is everybody else doing?
I'm trying to decide if I'm like high enough that I'm gonna start trying to eat the cheese, or if I'm just gonna like find something to burn. But really, I need to find something to like light some stuff on fire.
I love the idea that, like, you know, there was the forbidden coffin juice whenever they opened that one sarcophagus. That Jake is just like, the forbidden skeleton cheese. Let me get some of that.
The cheese
mean,
will be on the
yeah.
floor after we burn them. Also, there's two others that are probably full of cheese. They didn't spew skeletons. We can open them up and get cheese. It'll be fresh cheese.
All the
But what if there's
cheese.
skeletons in there too?
There were skeletons in this one.
Protein.
Exactly. You're
So
getting
what
it.
are you going to do?
Jax is ready just to press the recorder button to do the words if we still need that.
Yeah, if that's what Jax is going to do, are you getting
Yeah.
closer to them?
Yeah. She's stressed, but yeah.
Yeah, because you were fairly close to Carl whenever you played it. So, are you playing it forwards or backwards?
Jax will look at the rest. It's like, do we decide we want to do forward or backwards?
I think we're starting with 4 words.
Okay. No, Jax will do it forwards.
Okay. So as you approach, you do see they are moving a lot slower, very sluggishly, but they are starting to move towards you, possibly somewhat aggressively. But standing there and pressing forwards, you see the skeletons start to like glow inside. You can kind of see like the spectral face that you can assume may have been like that person in life. But they don't stop.
Then Jax would hit the voice recorder and reverse and see if that listen.
Yeah. So playing it in reverse, they stop moving. The cheese stops coming out. And you see that these spirits dissipate.
Okay, backwards is how we do it. As Jack's like, watch this happen.
To be fair, you had the other 3 in the room with you before, so you're pretty sure that you've just taken care of the last ones.
Nice.
Cool. So, what's our plan now? We still
Do you
can't.
have the key?
I think Susan has the key.
I do have keys. Yeah.
Well, but we're still snowed in.
The back
Well-
door might be like elevated. Maybe we don't need like if it's on a concrete block, maybe we can like open the door and then go into the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Like I say, you also don't know whether it was just like blowing against that door and the other
Mhm.
side might be fine. Yeah. So Susan, you make your way to where you had seen the back door previously, behind the stage, and you are able to unlock and open it. It does take some effort. It takes probably at least a couple of you to push because there is a decent amount of snow, but not so much that you can't get out. And you do see, as you open the door, a snowplow driving down the road.
Nice. We're free.
Before leaving, Sky's gonna yell, "Yo, ghosts! Why'd you invite? How did you get our contact info?" And just see if the ghosts respond. Did you find my blog? Do ghosts get blogs?
Like, Sky, this is not the questions to ask.
They're not
but-
coming for us anymore, and we need info. How else are we going to write an accurate write-up? You want to do a podcast, right?
I know I do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm already pressed the record button as you ask the questions, but
Yeah. What if the ghosts got answers?
I think
I want to know why they were targeting me.
Yeah.
Why was I the one in the picture?
See, Jax,
the
these are
only
the
one.
questions.
well, it wasn't.
Those
just
are
you.
the
Susan
questions,
also
but-
got-
not about your blog.
Rude.
well, because Susan also got a specific thing in hers. Yeah,
All right.
you know what, Sky, give me a charm roll.
Oh, I'm good at that.
I'm assuming that's your 20.
No, it's my 12. My 20 is broad, which I don't actually know what it's used for. But I have a +4 to charm. Oh, I got an 11, so 15.
Okay, yeah, that's fantastic. So you are just charming and pretty enough that one of the spirits kind of reappears briefly
Mhm.
and definitely looks like maybe like an 18, 19-year-old. You can see that they have like a college textbook in one hand.
Mhm.
Even in the afterlife, they still have finals to study for.
Mhm.
And they have, their Chanky Cheez uniform on, and they don't actually say anything, but they hold up like a piece of paper from
Mhm.
their book, and it has a drawing of the Necronomicon on it.
Cool. So the book told you to find us?
And before you get any other answers, it just dissipates.
Cool. Peace, Ghost. Hope you do a good job. Hope those finals go well. If the studying is not your thing, it's not for everyone. Don't feel bad. I mean, that might be kind of like what you do for the rest of eternity. I don't know, but have a good ghost time. Bye.
I think for our supernaturally minded here, it's pretty likely that this was maybe their like, what is the word? Their like lingering business they had to deal with. So you may have just released them from the eternal finals.
Oh. Would anyone point that out to Sky?
Jackson.
Unfinished business, that's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like that's a Jack's thing.
Yeah, Jack will point it out.
Yo, other ghosts. You all want to leave too? Like, you can just show up and say, like, you're sorry or show me pictures or tell me I'm cute and leave. I think that's what it takes.
Yeah, they're already gone.
Oh. Peace, other ghosts.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else that our crew would do before they leave Chanky Cheez forever?
Do we want to lick the haunted cheese?
No, but I feel like we would, since we're all out of there, we might actually like turn and finally set the place on fire after all and just burn it all down.
Yeah, and then swear each other to secrecy.
Yeah.
We were never
Absolutely.
here.
Nope.
None of this happened.
And if anybody comes to ask, Susan's our attorney.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, what
Do
a
you-
podcast?
Oh, I mean,
And the pictures.
yeah.
And the pictures and
Mm.
all that kind of stuff.
Well, Susan, you're going to come up with a good story for all the
Right.
things.
So
Well, the cool thing about it is that Jax can talk about it on her podcast. Sky can talk about it in their blog because people talk about their experiences all the time with the supernatural, but a lot of times people don't believe them. So Sky and Jax are out here telling the truth. They're talking about what happened, but everyone's like, Chanky Cheez has been closed since the 90s. Like, none of this actually happened.
Yeah,
But
it'd be suspicious if we burn down the place and then like me and Sky talk.
But also, like, Polaroid
Yeah, but
photos are
You could-
timestamped, so like we know we're here tonight. If you come back in like 2 days and set it on fire,
yeah,
no one
have
knows it's
rock
us.
solid alibis with me. Like, you're not gonna get in trouble.
I
Cool.
was gonna
like
say,
it.
okay, cool.
would all of you like use your invitations maybe to start the fire, or like leave them in the building before you light it on fire?
Oh, that's a good question.
No, as a lawyer, I will advise you not to leave anything with your name on it at this property. We take our invitations with us and destroy them at our own houses.
Okay.
Yeah, that's smart.
We come back to my place
If
and like
it
set them all
doesn't
on
burn all
fire
the
and then
way-
play a game.
Someone sees your name, they're like, "Oh, we know Sky was at the." See, it even says, "Don't bring your dog." We know that's him.
Yeah. You got a good point, Susan. That's a good plan.
You know,
Fantastic.
Sky, I really appreciate the invitation to play a game, but I think I've said it a time or two now. I've really got to stop hanging out with y'all.
You know, mad respect, I still don't think it's an us problem.
It's probably
You
a
all
ghost.
have somehow we have when we're all together, we have a funny way of attracting these like evil arcade machines. So maybe if we hang out again, it just needs to be in the outdoors
Mhm.
and we play some board games
Mhm.
or something non-electronic.
The other thing we can do is we know it's not Riley, and we know it's not Jax because Jax wasn't here last time. If we just go off in like without one of us, whoever it happens to when they're the only one that didn't go away, we know it's their problem, and then we can figure that situation. Like maybe we exercise them, maybe we just don't invite them to board game night. Like if you got ghosts, you got ghosts. But like I don't think we all need to stop just because it's happened twice.
That would be a fun like a whole group doing a seance and just exercising the ghosts from whoever the carrier is.
Yeah. Because like it took a lot to get all of us together for board game night, and I'm not ready to give that up because of 2 haunted machines.
That is too real.
I would love to see a follow up to this. I don't know if we'd have to do our own one shot or whatever like we did here, but I just put in the chat that it's not us that's doing this. Like we're not haunted or possessed or anything. I think it's the town, kind of like Derry, Maine, and Stephen King's books.
Mhm.
So it would be really cool to have a follow up to this where I don't know, maybe there's like the oldest building in town, or maybe the oldest house. Maybe it was the original house that we were in with the kid in the first time, and it's like that's what is haunted or possessed or something, and it's putting out its negative energy and it's messing with the electronics and the, I don't know. I think that would be.
I mean,
and
I'm
that-
here for it because like Evil Dead was a trilogy before they came out with the TV show. So like a third part where we go back in time. Who knows?
Who knows?
I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is where we're gonna wrap as our gang of ghost hunters lights the building on fire and runs away. Thank you all so much. Quick reminder that we are here for the Vote and Vogue initiative. So make sure before Election Day that you get registered. And don't forget to go vote, because that's a thing. Like I've definitely forgotten a few years to go vote. So don't do that. Don't be like me.
Yeah.
Also-
Early voting is open like in several states already. So if you can vote already, don't wait until the last minute. Go do it.
And I just added a new tool to the Trans Empowerment Project website. If you go to transempowerment.org, on our homepage, there is a tool, thanks to our friends at vote.org and advocates for trans equality. You can put in your address and your information, and they'll connect you with a ballot tool. So you can actually make yourself a little cheat sheet before you go to the polls and do your research ahead of time and make sure you know who your candidates are. You can build your ballot, and then vote.org will even email you that ballot so that when you go to the polls, you've just got it all figured out. You don't even have to remember, like, oh crap, it was that person in that one random seat in that one random place, and I cannot remember their name. Whatever it is, like, they've got you covered there. So please feel free to use that tool. I put it out there for you.
Absolutely. And speaking of things that are TEP related, Jack, did you want to talk about Quest Collective a little bit?
Yeah. So Rain and I have been working on a fairly super secret project for a while now. Been working on this since June.
Yeah, pretty.
But yeah, we have decided to Trans Empowerment Project is launching a program called Quest Collective. And basically it is the coalition that is focused on organizing fun, because right now everything around us is so freaking heavy and difficult and tragic and traumatic and just a lot to deal with. And you know what? Like, this is what's keeping us disempowered. This is also what keeps people in crisis mode, is when you're constantly just subjected to negative, heavy, difficult crap. So being able to put down the heavy stuff and to just play like we did here tonight, this is part of the healing and restorative practices that we need to take more of an active part in, especially if we want to liberate ourselves from the bullshit around us. So we are absolutely organizing fun. And so once a month, we are going to spotlight an RPG that was created by somebody in the 2TIGE community. For anybody who may not know what 2TIGE is, it's Two Spirit, Trans, Intersex, and Gender Expansive. But we are going to prioritize games that were created by and for this community. So once a month, we will spotlight a new game. We will do a live stream of it on Trans Empowerment Project's Twitch. And then your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to go host the game yourself. Go organize it with your friends, your community, your whoever, as small or as big as you want to go with it. Go big, have fun. And so we'll run the game for like 2 weeks. Y'all, share your stories, your experiences, and then sit back and hang out, because the next week we'll be launching the new game for the next month. And so every month we're going to be rolling out a new game, all from basically starting very, very soon within the next 2 weeks, and going at least through 2025 and hopefully beyond. So we are really focused on trying to build that community and give everybody a space where they can put down the heavy and just play, have fun, relax, try on new characters, figure out your identity, or don't. Just hang the fuck out, man, and have some fun. That's it. So yeah,
I'm
please
super excited
join.
about it.
Yeah, we've got a whole Discord ready to welcome in Quest Collective members, and y'all can do this in your local communities. You can do it online through live streaming. You can do it as a fundraiser if you so choose, but you don't have to at all. I mean, really, it's about having fun. That is the number one priority. And so we're also making it a priority to make sure that the games are accessible and super affordable. So if you are somebody who's like not in the best financial situation, and maybe you've got like $1 that you could throw into this thing, cool. We'll make sure that the games are affordable enough that you can still play. But we do want to make sure that anybody who's coming in and playing the games, if you're having a good time, please make sure you're tipping the creators, because these folks need to make money and have a livelihood as well. And especially, this is how we lift up this community, is to invest in our own community, in our own folks, and give them lift each other up. That's it. Just making space for each other, lifting each other up, and having a damn good time doing it, rather than just focusing on the doom and gloom around us. So yeah, we're gonna start having some fun really soon, and I hope that you all will be a part of this.
Hell yeah. And with that, I just want to say quickly, thank you all for coming out and watching. Thank you to my lovely players for being here. We're going to raid our friend Sam, and we will catch you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, y'all.
Goodbye.
Make sure it went through.
Yep.
Awesome.